In November of 1917, Bernard Boutet de Monvel joined the 551st French Air Force Squadron, based in Fez, Morocco, as an aviator bombardier. Although the artist, as of the fall of 1908, had already laid the foundations for working up paintings entirely with a compass and a ruler, he had not picked up his brush since enlisting in August 1914. Fez, however, made a powerful aesthetic impact, as this letter to his brother attests. Fez is an incredibly beautiful city. There would be great things to do here for a man of effortless talent. I expect at least to attempt to work on these landscapes day and night. What seduced Boutet de Monvel when he looked at the ancient city spread out before him was the absolute precision of its geometric forms, where each dwelling could be reduced to a rectangular plane, the perfect severity of its lines, whose continuity remained unbroken by any ornamentation, the raw materials of its crumbling walls, on which the diagonals of intense shade were gradually elongated by the sun's path. From the terrace of his home, located in the heart of the Medina quarter, Boutet de Monvel decided to paint Fez at all hours of the day, 9 a.m., noon, 7 p.m., and under different lighting conditions, full sun, evening or backlit, like in this example. To achieve this, it was his practice to photograph his subject with a Kodak Brownie camera, square up the photograph and transfer the grid to a canvas. Then, on the latter, using a ruler, he outlined his preliminary drawing in a cadmium yellow, deleting any non-essential element, reducing every detail, however small, to its underlying geometric form. This is the case of the hill in the middle distance, simply and purely effaced, so that the ridge, what Boutet de Monvel called his cubes of Fez in a letter to his wife, would stand out against the plane of its only sky, though the artist did make some slight adjustments to the composition's overall harmony. Lastly, he was inclined to preserve the underlying preliminary drawing, so that the material quality that was solidly constructed into each one of his cubes showed through, enveloped in light, on the surface. Taking his brush, often using thick layers of paint smoothed over with a palette knife, as if laid on with a trowel, he indicated a nuanced interplay of raw and burnt umbers to contrast with the bright and matte whites of laundry hung out to dry and some rooftop terraces baked white by the sun. Nevertheless, the composition selected for the final work did not entirely satisfy the artist. We can still see the boundary marks on the squared-up photograph of two other attempts at cropping, its rectangular, elongated format diminishing the work's visual power. The artist even reworked the painting after it was completed, deciding to cut off the left side of the canvas. This recentered the composition around a section of wall in the foreground, creating what looks like a triangle leaning against a rectangle, wedged like a corner into the landscape space. With this action, the painting was transformed into a perfect square, a square designed to reinforce the geometric dimension of this view entirely reduced to cubes. According to his own use of the word cubes to describe this work, Boutet de Monvel had, as such, created a cubist painting, one marked by an economy of means as astounding as it is masterful. A cubism, however, founded on a balance between the almost photographic realism of its figurative representation and the almost pure abstraction of its synthesized planes. Therein lies the paradox of this artist, who during the mid-1920s became, like Charles Schiller, one of the masters of precisionism.